India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi will undertake a two-day visit to Kuwait tomorrow at the invitation of the Emir of Kuwait, Sheikh Mashal Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah. During the visit, the Prime Minister will hold discussions with the leadership of Kuwait. This will be the first visit of an Indian Prime Minister to Kuwait in 43 years. The visit is set to cement the historic ties between the two countries and strengthen the cultural, trade and people-to-people connect between India and Kuwait. In a special press briefing, External Affairs Ministry Secretary Arun Kumar Chatterjee said that PM Modi's visit to the Gulf Spik labour camp shows that the Government of India attaches considerable importance to the welfare of all its workers working in a foreign country.
India attaches considerable importance to the welfare of all the workers which are abroad. As I just mentioned, we have a community of around 1 million. As Secretary CPV and OIA, this is one of our priority areas that we have. So the idea of the visit of the Honorable Prime Minister to labour camp is to express that the amount of importance that the Government of India attaches to our workers who are there in a foreign country.
The Secretary further added that the two leaders will hold talks on all areas of cooperation, including trade, energy and defence ties between the two countries.
Talks, the two leaders are expected to discuss all areas of cooperation. At this moment, it would be not correct for me to really speculate or say what all they are going to discuss, but definitely we are looking at discussing all areas. Boosting trade ties, boosting energy ties and boosting defence ties would perhaps be a part of the discussions.
And for more updates, we are now joined by DD India correspondent Akshay Dongre from Kuwait City. Akshay, this is the first visit of an Indian Prime Minister to Kuwait in 43 years. What can we look forward to?
Well, the agenda is very clear, Tanvi, as far as Prime Minister's visit is concerned. This is a visit that is going to cement the historic ties between the two countries. Now, looking at Kuwait and the current geopolitical scenario, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's focus has for the past 1 decade been to secure India's energy supplies. And now Kuwait is the 6th largest crude oil supplier to India, 4th largest LPG supplier to India. In Kuwait, the largest expatriate community is of Indians. The Indian diaspora comprises of over 1 million people. Now that says a lot as far as the relation between the two countries is concerned. And the visit coming by an Indian Prime Minister in over 4 decades, the excitement is palpable here across the country, especially in Kuwait City, where a large number of Indians work in all spheres of life. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to meet the Indian expat community members, the Indian diaspora. He's going to go to a labour camp because a lot of workers from India come to Kuwait looking for better employment opportunities as well. So Prime Minister will be coming here. He'll be having conversations, discussions with the Emir of Kuwait on all spheres of the two countries, bilateral engagements and working. So this visit clearly is to strengthen the relation between the two countries and to start a new chapter as far as the relation between India and Kuwait are concerned. Back to you, Tanvi.
Okay, Akshay, Kuwait is India's major energy partner. So what areas of collaboration will get further impetus with Prime Minister Modi's visit this time?
Well, trade remains one of the key pillar of a relation between the two countries. We are looking at a country that invests, that has been investing over $10 billion in the country. In fact, our Kuwait Investment Authority has crossed over 10 billion mark as far as investments in India are concerned. Indian exports to Kuwait have also, for the first time ever, crossed 2 billion mark. So trade is going to be a key area of engagement and focus with both the countries, trying to ramp up these numbers to a significant new high. there is a lot of possibility of ramping up trade. There is a lot of potential of increasing these numbers because both the countries have a lot to offer to each other. Now India has been a major trade partner of Kuwait, both in terms of crude oil along with other essential equipment. In fact, the bonhomie between India and Kuwait was also visible during COVID times, when Kuwait had given huge amounts of medical oxygen to India in times of need, and in reciprocal action, India had also supplied a lot of COVID vaccines to Kuwait when India had developed its own indigenous COVID vaccines too. So at that point of time, and in other challenging times as well, both the countries have stood by each other. So there are going to be trade relations that will be in focus, cultural ties, the diaspora, education, healthcare, pharmaceutical industry, aviation industry. All of these are going to be a key focus when Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrives here tomorrow, and we can expect a lot of memorandums of understanding to be signed between the two countries, not only in these spheres that we have been mentioning, but in other arenas as well, including sports, including education, healthcare, pharmaceutical industry, and along with other key areas like energy supplies. So we can expect a lot of exchanges taking place, a lot of agreements signed between the two countries at the arrival of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And this is not just a huge movement for the Indian diaspora with Prime Minister Narendra Modi arriving here, but also for the government of Kuwait, as well as the Kuwaiti people too are quite excited to welcome Prime Minister Narendra Modi here in the country.
Okay, thank you very much, Akshay. Akshay Dongre reporting from Kuwait City on the upcoming visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Kuwait.